Thanks for staying with us. Right now, we have Mr. Sunday Iroche, who is an investment banker, power sector operator, and he's also convener and national coordinator, Abia League of Professional Initiatives, here with us. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Ayo.
And we also have Eze Chikamnayo, who is Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Abia State. He's a legal practitioner. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you, my brother.
Before we go into that major conversation, Mr. Iroche, let me take you on some issues around the economy. You are an investment banker. You operate in the power sector. Gratifyingly, there are those who believe that the major critical infrastructure we need in our country to make the economy go as fast as we want it to go, three of them basically, but two really superior, road transport network and electricity. Electricity seems to take the cake. And that's after so many years and so many transitions, ECN to NEPA, NEPA to DISCOs and all, to NEPA to PHCN and PHCN to what we have now. Seems that some people are still holding the power.
Okay, well, Ayo, thank you very much. Let me start by congratulating my young brother, Eze Chikamnayo, who's Commissioner for Information, right? I think they were inaugurated last week or so. So, good to see you.
Thank you.
Before NEPA, there was NDA, the Nigerian Dam Authority, before it went to NEPA and PHN. Power is critical. It's the bedrock of any economy that will drive the small and medium scale and the industrialized nations. You must get your power right. Where we are so far, the privatization in 2013 went well to an extent that we started having post-privatization challenges, which was due to what we call cost-reflective tariff, whereby you produce any good, rice, beans, soft drinks, alcoholic beverages, at X amount, and you are supposed to make profit from whatever products you produce. But in the case of power, I'll tell you that the tariff on electricity today is still based on Naira-dollar exchange rate of 194. It cannot add up. So there must be proper pricing of electricity like any commodity to make sure that the discos, get the real amount and a little profit for their product.
I am a little at a loss. We pay, you're saying essentially that we pay the value of dollars in Naira for electricity in Nigeria. Is that what you're saying?
That is it. Nigeria has one of the cheapest in the whole of Africa. It has not been reviewed to the best of my knowledge. So there is need to really make sure that those private investors who put their money in the power sector in buying these assets, particularly the DISCOs and the GENCOs, the numbers add up. They borrowed money. Some of them put their personal investment in it. So it's not a Father Christmas business. It's like any other business.
Okay. But anyway, let's go to the substance of the goal. Interestingly, it's related because we also understand that, from the conversation we had with the governor of Abia State yesterday, there is a plan to solve the electricity challenge in Abia State. And he said that within the next 6 months, there will be a 24-hour power supply in Abia State. That must be cheering news for you.
A lot of people come and talk about power, what they don't understand. I recall that when Bola Ige, of blessed memory, was made the Minister for Power, he said within 6 months, they will solve power. Then came my good friend, Fashola, when he was Minister of Power, Works and Housing, said, oh, even before then, he said the party in power cannot get power in 6 months is not what being in government. Here we are now, 6, 7 years down the road, and we haven't gotten the power right. I don't think the governor understands the vagaries of electricity generation, transmission, and distribution. It takes more than that. What can a state government do when it has been privatized? The best they can do, they would have done when Obon Victor Atta did Ibom Power, when Peter Dili did Rivers IPP. These are not plug and play. You don't just go to a factory in Germany or in China and point at this and say, this is what I want to do. No, there is a value chain. There are market participants in the power sector. It cannot be done in 6 months. I think the governor didn't get it right. But
you also, Mr. Chikamnayo, you also released a report, you put out a release to the effect that indeed the government of Abia State is going to fix the power problem in Abia State within 6 months.
Yeah, with due respect to my senior brother, I think he's been overtly dismissive of the realities on the ground, probably for whatever reason. But the truth is that the power challenge in Abia is getting very serious and tremendous attention. And in a very incremental manner, we are almost at the end of the road. And with utmost respect to whatever my senior brother, the experiences he has garnered over the years, our governor is sufficiently informed and very much on top of the situation when it comes to the power dynamics playing around our state.
Okay, in terms of specifics now, what is the plan? From what you also must know, given the challenges, over the years in Nigeria, solving the power problem, there's usually that need for, all kinds of conversations that need to be held with various categories of people, both locally and internationally. So in terms of realities now, specifics, what is the plan? What's on ground now that will guarantee that in 6 months, that's talking about, say, April, May next year, there will be 24-hour power supply in Abia State?
The governor was here yesterday, and he said very specifically that in 6 months, that we can now, if you go back and play the tape, he said, from now to 6 months, we can now give a date for commissioning. That's his exact words. Which means that he's saying that all that has been done will come together between now and 6 months, and we can give a projection as to when actually to take up.
In other words, it's not a guarantee that there will be full power supply in Abia State in 6 months. He will just be able to give us a guarantee in 6 months' time.
No, get it very correctly. Dr. Bat Naji, for more than 10 years now, if not up to 15 years, has worked assiduously to set up the geometric power plant, which guarantees not just uninterrupted power supply to Aba and environs, but uninterruptible power supply. I visited the plant myself 10 years ago, thereabout in 2010, and I know the massive investment that's been done. Then when the privatization of the power sector came in, a lot of politics came in, and Dr. Batanaji went into some level of troubled waters. But then our governor from 2015 got actively involved. He did the same for Golden Guinea in Umuahia, which was moribund for over 20 years. He got actively involved, gave all the necessary executive weight, gave all the necessary legwork, did all the necessary boardroom behind-the-scene negotiations, putting all his weight as governor. And today, to the glory of God, Golden Guinea, Umuahia, which everybody, and perhaps my senior brother here, everybody that is pessimistic, believed that Golden Guinea was never going to come on stream. Today, we don't only have Golden Guinea actualized under Governor Bazo, we have Golden Guinea mods, and we have so many other products coming on stream. So I don't share his pessimism. I'm not a cynic either. And I know that the governor of Abia State, Dr. Okezi Bazo, is actively rebuilding Abia, quietly, certainly, but doing a lot. We are not going to come here to give deadlines and get held up by deadlines. But okay, as the governor said, very carefully, he said it and he meant it when he said that with the last closure that we were able to achieve in South Africa just a few days ago, with the money that has come from Afri-Exim Bank. Afri-Exim Bank is not a frivolous bank. Like the governor said, they do their own analysis, they do their own investigation, they carry out due diligence, and they come out with, you know, their own findings before they put their money.
All right, well, Mr. Chikamnayo, we need to take a short break now, gentlemen, to take a few messages. And when we return, we will be stepping up on this conversation because as we know, there's been so much reaction to the conversation with the governor of Abia State yesterday. We'll be back after now.
DL2 Big Black Friday sale is here, offering the lowest prices of the year and up to 50% discount in-store and online. Don't miss out.
Everybody knows the secret to good cooking is that special ingredient. The mothers know it, but does this new generation know it? Let's find out. Mothers, daughters, are you ready? Yes! Let the cooking begin.
Erisco tomato paste. Now we get home, now we get love, now we get children. With a spice of world, with a meal so great and so healthy. You know we've got your back. Oh, with Erisco, Rigico, Nagico.
Ladies and gentlemen, food is ready.
Food of love. Tomato paste. Hi, na kosher yali nada. Nagico tomato paste. One good food for the body. Yum yum for the body.
Erisco Rigico and Nagico tomato paste is made by Erisco Foods Limited, feeding Africans with healthy food.
Join Grace Nation International, aka Liberation City, for our 18th year anniversary, tagged 12 Days of Glory. Date Wednesday 17th to Sunday 28th of November, 5 p.m. daily. Thursday 18th, time 7 a.m. Sunday 21st, 7 a.m. Thursday 25th, 7 a.m. Friday, Vigil 26th, 8 p.m. Saturday 27th, 5 p.m. Sunday 28th, 7 a.m. Grace Nation International Headquarters, Block 4 to 12, Shopison Street, Jubega, Lagos, Nigeria. Ministry Bishop George Bloomer, Pastor Jabal Bryant, Bishop Isaac Ida Hosa, Prophet Jeremiah Omoto Fufe, hosts Dr. Chris Okafor, Ministry in Song, Sinach, Team Godfrey, Mr. M and Revelation, Eben and Jadiel. For more information, please call +234 8032 729060 or +234 807 337 5176. Jesus is Lord.
DL2 Big Black Friday sale is here, offering the lowest prices of the year and up to 50% discount in-store and online. Don't miss out.
Thanks for staying with us. Mr. Sunday Iroche is still with us, as well as Eze Chikamnayo. Well, Mr. Iroche, I'm pretty sure you may want to react to a thing or two that you have heard him say. But you know, one of the things that gives a number of people concern in the conversation that we had with the governor of Abia State yesterday is in terms of infrastructure, especially roads. And there are those who have bombarded us with images, with text messages and all of that, saying, look, things are not the way they are. And I'm wondering, is that correct? I mean, he specifically spoke to Falks Road and showed us some, infrastructure development that's going on there. But then there are those who are saying, look, there are so many other roads that are not getting attention in Abia. Can you confirm or refute?
Okay, to be honest with you, Ayo, I came here expecting a right of reply to the governor, to a lot of the misinformation that he gave. Not to sit down with his commissioner to be talking about Golden Guinea or power in 6 months. Some of these are so infra-dig and not worth really discussing. But see, for investigative journalism, channels, any journalist, pick up your camera and go to Abia State. Drive around Aba. Interview people. Not government that would always give misinformation. And see, Abia professionals, we are professionals. We have amongst us people who have achieved in every walk of life. The chairman of our board of trustees is Major General Ike Nwachukwu. We have Ogalo Soka. We have Onyemugochukwu, we have renowned Abians. And a state like Abia that has produced people like Michael Okpara, that has produced General Aguiyi-Ironsi, that have produced Kemachukwu Ihejirika, and great Abians, Eni Njoku and the rest of them, should not be in this state of anomie and abject poverty. I heard the governor mention that they give out 500 naira to mothers that are leaving maternity. And I said to myself, may he give his wife 500 naira if she has a child. May he give his daughter, or may the next governor coming after him give his daughters or his sisters 500 naira. What is 500 naira? Less than $1. For a government that gets 800 million security vote, that is not right. Abia women should wake up and challenge this. It is an insult. It is unheard of. Rather say you're not going to pay anything. Nobody tells you to pay any money on their behalf.
But he also
you should
said,
do what you have to do.
But he also said that they get free maternity services and they also get a maternity pack.
What is a maternity pack? That is fine. But do not mention, do not insult our sensibilities by saying you give 500 naira for what? You see, we are leaders, okay? And we must give account of our stewardship when we leave. Since the demise of leaders like Dr. Emma Okpara, Samu Bakwe, Jim Wobodo, Ezife, I'm glad that Anambra State has got it right. They've always got it right. They've always had good governors. But unfortunately with Abia, we have been moving from one bad governor to another. It's as if you just hand over the baton from third 11 to fourth 11. And the Honorable Commissioner here, I wouldn't trade words with him. He's my younger brother, and I was a commissioner about 20 years ago, but I give it to him. He left one administration in Abia and took pages in the papers, abusing them, writing all kinds of unprintable words. You know, so why would we just, because we hold government office, our place in history? What I speak here, not as Sunday Iroche, I speak on behalf of the Abia League of Professionals that have mandated me to debunk the many misinformation and the lies told by the governor. Did the governor tell you that the World Bank new map canceled 27 billion World Bank project? Did they tell you that? Have you seen, go to the Abia website, a state that spends over 80% on recurrence and about 20% for capital project. How will it add up? The hospitals, you go to the Abia University Hospital, it is a relic, right? And you come out and tell the international television, on international television, and give misinformation that you've done 200 roads. I am ready. Abia Professionals is ready to sponsor channels to go to Aba. We'll go and interview people and look at, it's not building castle in the air, it is realities on ground. It's governance is too serious to be left to people to be misinforming people.
You still haven't told us some specifics, other than talk about the hospitals.
The
what
roads.
else? So go ahead.
Why did the World Bank cancel the new map 27 billion to channel off flood water on Aba roads? Okay, well, because of lack of capacity of the contractor.
Let's ask.
Sorry. The governor, when he was flagging off Fox Road, said he's going to invest 6.8 billion on that road, and he's going to give it to Sechako. What has happened to that road? Last week, we buried a member of Abia Professionals.
My apologies,
Longwa,
Mr. Roche.
And there was no road.
I want to ask Mr. Chikamnayo, the question you asked now about this cancellation very quickly, because I'm wondering if there are so many professionals in Abia, how come none of them is pitching for office? But we'll come back to that. Okay. One. So, Mr. Chikamnayo, you've heard him speak about this cancellation of the new map by World Bank. What do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I would like to also appeal to my brother to keep this conversation as civil as possible, given the fact that I will...
Just go ahead and speak to the issues.
So why I have to make that point is that coming in here to talk about the governor's wife...
Mr. Chikamnayo, please go to the issue, the question that you've been asked.
Now, the first thing is this. the Abia professionals he's talking about, he's talked about Onyemu Gochukwu, and I want to put it to him with due respect that I just had an interview which I will drop with channels before I leave here with Chief Onyemu Gochukwu. He does not share these sentiments. You haven't answered
the question, Mr. K. We don't have much time.
The questions, he raised issues, please. I just want you, I don't want you to box me in here. I'll give me at least as much time as he had, or half of it to answer, instead of interjecting when I'm speaking. Now, he talked about roads, and he said all of these are castles in the air, and pictures don't lie. I want to say it here before Nigerians that Governor Bazo has completed 44 roads within Abia metropolis, and I have all the pictures here. I want everybody in Nigeria to see this, and I want people to come and dispute that. I will give copies of it to Chief Iroche as I leave. 44 roads, Ukebu Road, Umuola Road, Ehere Road, Egege Road, Ebema Street, Hilltop, and Georges Street, Mivatin, Ojike Street, Ezuku Road, all of this road, Immaculate Road, Osusu Road, all of them, never in the history of Abia has all this road been attended to. And Governor Iba's pictures don't lie. This road you are seeing here is a road that leads from Amuda to Achara in Lisochi, Numunochi, local government where I come from. This is Umu Ezuku Road. This is Umuogele Road, and 44 roads. And they are here. All of them are here in this document. And all of them are pictures. I'm not talking about frivolity. So I take the challenge with every sense of equanimity and responsibility. And I want channels to come along with me and Chief Iroche and let us go to Abia. Now, we have completed 44 roads in Abia. Pictures are here. I wish we have enough time. And I will give Chief Iroche all the information he needs, because when you talk about misinformation, he is actually the one misinforming Nigerians based on political considerations, not based on facts. Facts are sacred. I'm a lawyer. We believe in facts. We don't believe in innuendos and tantrums. So these are the roads. 44 of them completed within Abia metropolis. Channels Television, Chief Iroche, I take the challenge. I want to go with Chief Iroche Taba. Now, we have ongoing as we speak in Abia, about 13 roads. The roads he will like to go and brandish are the roads where we are actively involved in as we speak. Some of these roads are ongoing up to 60%, 40%, and the contracts are awarded. So if he will like us to have this challenge, and I want this challenge by all means, at least to put an end to all of this deliberate, orchestrated demarketing of Abia State and the government of Abia State. I want this road, all of it. I want channels. I want Chief Iroche. I want any member and every member of Abia League of Professionals to come on this so that we can all go out there and see for ourselves. These are the internal roads within Abia. You realize that some people went on were threatening fire and brimstone based on sponsorship of politicians. Okay. These are the internal roads in the course in Abia. So I have these roads.
Yeah, I've heard you. But you haven't spoken to the question he asked about the road project that was cancelled, the Newmap project that was cancelled.
Now, I will speak to that, and I'm speaking to that, even though you may not have understood the angle I'm coming from, because I speak to every issue he raised here. I have said it here that I have 44 completed roads. One, I've said it here that we have 13 ongoing roads, which he likes to go and take pictures. And I have also said it that we have taken his challenge, and we want channels to be part of this team. Okay. Now, having said that, let me say it very clearly. The way Newmap operates is a World Bank-assisted project. And Newmap never in the history of Abia State before has Newmap been this active, been this involved in active remediation of erosion sites in Abia State. Okonjo Iweala is from Isingu in Umuahia. Houses were caving in before 2015. Dr. Bazu came on board, paid all the counterpart funds, met all of the conditionalities, and today, the people of Amuzuku, the people of Isingu, the people of entire Umuogele in Sulu, in Isialangwa South, all of them are happy, and a lot of good things have happened there. Now, in Abia, as we speak, I want Chief Iroche to also, I don't know the last time he visited Abia State though, I want him to follow me from Asa Road all the way, and I mean all the way to Waterside. Ungwa Road that no governor has ever touched before. As we speak, we have done the drainage on both sides, from Asa Road all the way to Waterside, and it's ongoing. Okay. Now, that is a Newmap project. It is not cancelled. That is the word I want to leave with you. And I don't believe in assumptions and presumptions and all of this bias. You know, Governor Abia is not an analyst. Most of these people that are involved in too much analysis are paralyzed in their own presumptions. But truth is that Governor Abia is actively working on all these roads, and all of them have their timelines, and we are on course.
Okay. Well, my colleague Markwe has a question for you in Abuja. Markwe.
That's wonderful.
Well, good morning, Mr. Nayo. Not so much a question. It's just to bring to your notice that yesterday, after the governor did speak, we had a deluge of mails from people who live in Abia State. I'll just read a few of them to you. Chukwuka Ewelike says, kindly inform Governor Eze Chikamnayo that road construction should not be limited around Aba Umuahia. Roads across Abia State are in deplorable conditions, especially Umuahia, Ikotekbene. It says it's a federal road along Ikuano local government area. We also had Davis Jumbo say, why do we claim that Abia has contributed to Nigerian rating on ease of doing business when all the roads leading to Aba are in deplorable situations? For instance, Obioha Road, claimed to be under construction, Ohanku Road, Obehie Road, Opobo Azumini Road. In fact, why is Ukwa on lockdown? We got a lot of mails like this, and I'm sure that these are people who know the area and people who have had cause to use those roads. So I don't know if you can speak to these questions. I mean, they all corroborate what Mr. Iroche is also saying in our studios right there. So I don't know if you have a response to the viewers who could be watching today. We were not able to ask the governor those questions yesterday. Would you like to respond to them, please?
Yeah, thank you very much, my precious sister Mo. But number one is that, first of all, there seems to me to be a deliberate policy by the people in the federal government to box in Abia State by refusing, for whatever reasons in the last years, to attend to federal roads in Abia. The Umuahia Convener Road you're talking about, just 4 weeks ago, was awarded by the Federal Ministry of Works, and for the last 6 years, it's been in terrible shape. We couldn't go into that road because of all the legalities involved in doing federal roads. So anybody brandishing that road as an evidence of lack of performance by Abia State government is either ignorant or possibly mischievous. Now, if you look at the other roads you're talking about, the Opobo Aba Ikotekbene Road, it's also a federal road. Now, all the roads that are within the state and that are state roads, I say it and I repeat it and I have the pictures. I wish you people can give me the time. Any road that Chief Iroche will mention, I will, apart from the ones where we're actively working on. And I repeat again, let me say to the other question that I asked about Obohia Road and all the ancillary roads around Ungwa Road. I've said that as we speak, work is ongoing on Ungwa Road. By the time you channel the water from Asa Road all the way to Waterside in Ungwa Road, then you can do Obohia Road. Obohia Road is a trajectory that is parallel to Ungwa Road. Chief Iroche knows what I'm talking about. You can't go and asphalt Obohia Road without first of all taking out the water along Ungwa Road to the waterside. So having tackled Ungwa Road, we are sure that incrementally Obohia Road is coming on stream, and the contract, as we speak, has been awarded. Now,
we really don't have so much time, so we need to take on a number of other issues. Mr. Richard, you know, the questions around the fact that as National Coordinator of Abia League of Professional Initiatives, one wonders what's the purpose of the Abia League of Professional Initiatives?
Okay,
is there a political agenda?
Sure,
Seeing that, I mean, you have also complained that you haven't been having the best of governors in time.
Yes, the Abia League of Professionals is a legally incorporated NGO with the CAC, Convener Affairs in Abuja. And our major objective is good governance in Abia State. Simple. So when you tell truth, when you speak truth to power in Nigeria, they look at you, they send attack dogs after you as if you mean any harm. The commissioner says he's politically motivated. Who, for what? For what, for heaven's sake, would they be politically motivated? We have our people there. We come from there. We can't go home. You know, the whole place is run down. There is no proper governance. And you see people using government money for all kinds of diversionary things. There are no supervision. There is no supervision of ministries. Pensioners have not been paid, teachers have not been paid, and government keeps lying to the people. We can't continue like this. I can't sit at Channels TV to be going back and forth with misinformation and lies. Anybody can take photograph. The people who are living there, we have gone there, we have seen the deplorable state of roads. And you talk about Ikotekpene Road. Abia State is one of the 36 states in the country. I was on the board of FEMA, Federal Road Maintenance Agency. And when I was there, I was chairman of the subcommittee on finance. I said to the state governors, before state governors will do roads, pad it, overinflate it, and come. This was 2000. I was appointed by person in 2005. And I said to them, I said, gentlemen, if you want to be reimbursed your funds for fixing roads, we must have independent consultant evaluators that will say this road really cost 1 billion instead of 5 billion. Then we'll pay you 1 billion, right? If we had a proper government that cares about the people, because that road leads to the Michael Okpara University, leads to Government College Umuahia. On the other side, it's also federal road. But the governors of Akwa Ibom fixed the roads and got reimbursed by the Federal Minister of Works. What stops Abia State from doing the same thing? You see, you are appointed a leader for a purpose. You appointed a leader like Moses who goes up there and sees the promised land and leads the people there with vigor, not giving excuses. That is a federal road. Every state government does it. You go, and what I insisted when I was on the board of Federal Road Maintenance Agency is that we must appoint a joint consultant to evaluate the real cost of this of the project. Then you do it and you get reimbursed. Okay. What happens to all the money you get?
So what's the plan now, given that this is a challenge in Abia State? What's the plan of the League of Professionals in Abia State to line up governance?
We have asked people who are interested. We must hold you accountable. We will encourage you. We'll talk to the people. We'll talk to the grassroots. Okay. Enough of mediocrity reigning supreme in a state like Abia. Okay. I tell you something. During the voting in the National Assembly, we have 3 senators like every other state in Nigeria. Ojikalu, Abia North, voted no to the use of electronic voting. My own senator, T.O.G., conveniently absconded. He wasn't in Senate for whatever reason. He's lucky one of his attack dogs they always send in Abia State. He said he was commissioning a project and the Abia League is a faceless group. I mean, I didn't dignify that with an answer. Then the Senator Abaribe, representing Abia South, voted yes, the right thing. He consulted and said, okay, go ahead. Okay. And we wrote him a commendation letter and asked Ojikalu and T.O.G. to explain why they took the stand they took.
I really wish you could continue this comment, but very, very quickly in 30 seconds, do you take time to advise government, to the government of Abia State, along the lines that you've been talking?
We will try our best. Will they listen? Okay. They don't listen.
Well, Mr. Chikamnayo, you want to respond to some of the things that you've heard him say?
Yes, Ayo, you know, I'm just holding myself so strongly, so hard when a respectable gentleman turns around to call a commissioner an attack dog. I take exception to that, but I will address it at a more auspicious because when you refer to Abians as attack dogs, that's very diminishing and that's very demeaning, and I take exception to that. But, you know, I wouldn't, for respect for Channels, a very respectable organization, I won't join issues with you here about that, but I will address it at my own time. Now, looking at it very carefully, one, Governor Ibazu is undeterred by the shenanigans of
You know, what's interesting, if you don't mind me quickly butting in, what is interesting is that some of the conversations that we have had is the number of people that have been owed salaries in a number of sectors in the country. For instance, Abia Police being owed 31 months, Abia Teaching Hospital 22 months, Health Management Board 18 months, Education Technical Iroche 35 months, and many more like that. So I want to quickly speak to that in 30 seconds.
Yes, in a very straightforward language, I wanted you to say Minister of Information, Minister of Health, Minister of Works, or whatever. I was Commissioner 1 Abia State Civil Service Commission, and I make bold to say it here before all Nigerians that not one, I mean not one civil servant in Abia State is owed salary.
So all these figures
Ayo, get this right, please.
Okay.
In the parastatals that we have in Abia State, there is a reform going on, and we made board, Governor Abia came to rebuild Abia State from the doldrums, from the quagmire that people like, I don't want to mention names here because of the sensitivity of this program, but Governor Abia came to rebuild Abia State, and he's been very deliberate and methodical about it. One, all the backlog of salaries from 1999 to 2015 in all the civil service commission-controlled ministries, he has paid off, and as we speak, we're not owing one kobo. Then when you talk about parastatals that have boards, like Chief Iroche, responsible people manning these boards, and these parastatals are not entirely purely government establishments. Okay, I know very well that Chief Iroche is a very close confidant of the governor and has come along to talk with the governor on several issues. And I expect a person like him, who is also an ambassador, honorary ambassador.
We don't have time. I just wanted you to speak to the specifics.
Now,
are you saying that the government of Abia State is not responsible for these ministries and parastatals?
No. I said number one, I want you to get the categorization right, and I make both.
Essentially, you are saying that government is not responsible for those salaries. Is that what you're saying?
I'm a lawyer. When you want to put a word to me, I want you to get it right.
We don't have time. I just want to be specific.
Okay. No, the specifics is here. You know, sometimes out of the specifics, you have to listen. The specific number one is that we are not owing one kobo in all the ministries in Abia State. Number one, we are not owing. Number two, there is an ongoing reform in our parastatals. We are aware of these backlogs that have, become a major embarrassment to Abia State for the past 30 years. And Governor Abia has inherited that. He's working on it. He's trying to transform these places. And most importantly, let me tell you, in 2015, for instance, I sincerely apologize.
I sincerely apologize, Mr. Chikamnayo.
I want to talk about
We've run out of time. We do
Poly.
not have time anymore. I'm really sorry.
Okay,
but
can I address Abia Poly and
I'm sorry, Mr. Chikamnayo. I gave you time, and I kept telling you we don't have time. So just a quick one, Mr. Iroche. Now that this is the situation that we have in Abia State, I'm wondering, is there a plan of the Abia professionals to ensure that there is a system of ensuring good governance in Abia State? Is there a plan to confer with government? He has just said that you're a confidant of the governor. Is there a plan to talk to the governor?
I am not a confidant of the governor. The only time I sent him a text, this man just got inaugurated last week.
I've been commissioner for more than a month, and I don't know why you are the one doing all this misinformation.
I've never been into government house since Ojikalu became governor. Never been there. Okay. I only sent the governor a text. I said, Abia University can create a consultancy, like an advancement board, where they can do consulting for the private sector and have enough money to be paying salaries. That's the only text. And he said he'll get the VC to call me. And the VC has never called me. That's all.
Well,
never had any contact.
That you're not as confident, but you have his phone number.
Why not? Why would I have his phone number, please?
I mean, there are several conversations that have happened. I wish Chief Iroche can come up.
Well, gentlemen, I sincerely apologize. We don't have enough time to deal with all of the issues that have been raised here. But I have to thank you very much with all the respect that you've adduced to each other for the way this has gone. Chief Sunday Iroche, he called you a chief, so I have to do the same. Convener, National Coordinator, really. Abia League of Professionals Initiatives. Thank you so much for your time this morning, as well as Eze Chikamnayo, Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Abia State. He's also a legal practitioner. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you very much, Ayo.
Thank you, Ayo.
And that's where we wrap up Sunrise Daily this morning. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm Ayo Makinde.
Well, Ayo, shame we can't take the mails. They just keep pouring in. Thank you so much for sending them. I'm Maokwe Ogun Yusuf.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Imagine replacing your entire cookware set with a collection of the finest pans designed and made of the highest quality craftsmanship. And imagine your entire cookware set built using Ceramtech, a new generation of healthy ceramic non-stick technology, meaning nothing will stick to your pan. ShopX TV is proud to introduce the Copper Chef Supreme Collection. Each pan in the Supreme Collection features Copper Chef's innovative stainless steel induction plate that heats your food quickly and evenly with no hot spots, making it perfect for any surface: electric, gas, ceramic, and induction. And because you are cooking with ceramic non-stick, you don't have to add all that extra fat and butter. Now you can prepare, cook, and serve a wide variety of meals to your family and guests with the new Copper Chef Supreme Collection. Incredible.